Hello, Will here, and we are in Skyrim today, and we will be checking out 3 mods. We have 2 player homes, and a slightly kind of like more unimmersive, just a bit of fun mod, but probably a very good mod to get those snappy snaps. But on to the first mod, which the first mod is Sunsweet Cottage by Jesselyn0827. Now, as far as I'm aware, this is only in the work in progress section at the moment. I don't think it's been fully released, as far as I'm aware. So you will have to go. To the whip section to find it. And basically, it just adds a small little cottage into Riverwood, hence why I wrote Riverwood. Yes, bastard word, Riverwood. And as you can see, it's literally just over there. Now, as far as I'm aware, and as far as I know, I'm going to guess this horse is also part of this mod. So, as far as I know, you get a horse called Rosemary, apparently. Hello, Rosemary. And also a dog. There's also a dog. You get a dog called Oddie. Oddie the dog. Yeah, here's a good one. So we're gonna have a look. Let's look around outside, because as you can see, you've got a bit. You've got a tan rack. You got your, you got your meads and your reserves. You know, it's little seating area, just not next to the river. You just watch the stream river go by as you have a nice little drink. And then I just want to find out something with Oddie very quickly. Let's talk to Oddie. Okay, so you can't get Oddie to follow, but if you've got relocate NPC on, the relocate NPC mod on, then you might be able to move like Oddie with you if you want to keep him, or you can just leave him at the cottage. Entirely up to you. So let's have a look. So we got here, we got everything in here. Just random loot in there. Sort of little deck area. A little bit more of the Blackbriar alcohol. Now the door is locked. What a waste. Oh yeah. I completely forgot. Oh well, we'll cross that bridge when it comes to it. But yeah, the door is locked. So yeah, I could use the ring of unlocking and just get past it that way. But if you don't have it and you want to find the key, it's literally just here. On this line here, and then boosh, take the key. And then just gonna have a look inside. Alright, and here we are inside. Oh. Whoop, whoop. I didn't touch it. It wasn't me. You can't prove it. Okay, so obviously that's going to fall over, mainly because Jesselyn has just put God knows how many gems in there. So many gems. I mean, look at it. Just drop that there. I mean, look at all of them. Look at all those gems. Right, picked up all the gems. Now we just put the bowl back on there. And there we go. Ooh. The Nightingales Volume 1 and Volume 2. Why is it valued at 500? I don't know, maybe she or he, I don't know if Jesselyn is a he or she, but they. I don't think they've written this, I think this was already an in-game book, but maybe they created their own unique version of it and then just gave it a slightly higher value. Maybe they're fan of the Nightingales. You got a whole bunch of money there taking, you got not all your food here. You got some barrels of storage as well. We've got a sweet roll, so I'm gonna take that. Unowned chest. You got a bunch of glass stuff in here, just here. Yeah, for some reason I have a mod on that for some reason puts all the glass armor as with a destruction spell. The problem is I don't know which one it is. So if you try this one out yourself, the glass armor will just be normal unenchanted glass armor. But I've got a mod on that seems to make all glass armor have this destruction spell enchantment on it. And problem is I don't know which mod it is that does it. So that's a bit of a pain in the ass. But if you come in here, you'll have a full set of glass armor and a glass bow with a whole bunch of glass arrows. And I've got a whole bunch of food and I think a couple of ingredients as well. So there you go, nice bit of food there for you. Got your happy little cooking spit. You got some gold ingots and some silver ingots. As we go down, got another same ingots. They're giving you some stuff, nothing too crazy, but give you a nice little starter set. And then obviously this is where all your crafting stuff is. Looks like these might be not all of them, obviously, but at least a bunch of these skill books. Some steel ingots, iron ingots. Prime Elixir Key Shot, Prime Elixir Larceny, Prime Elixir of Plunder. We're gonna have a look at some of these because some of these are quite expensive. And then in this barrel, some mushrooms in there, in the chest. And then you get a whole lot of album stuff in here. A whole bunch of album stuff. And on the table you got a whole bunch of Nordic stuff. We have a whole bunch of Nordic stuff down here as well. You got your Arcane Enchanter. You got all these golden trinkets. And if we go into here, more of the Nordic stuff in here. What's in the strong box? Just another bunch of flawless jewels. And a big unique in the safe. We got 1,000 gold. Yeah, and probably some other random stuff, maybe. I don't know if this is randomized or if this is what is directly in here. And you got some more skill books, a dresser, storage, a whole bunch of more just what could be randomized stuff, apart from maybe the Nordic arrows, because you never get 300 arrows in a chest. And over here you got a whole bunch of jewelry, unenchanted jewelry, but jewelry nonetheless. You got Nocturnal Shrine here, and we on the shelf. Oh, a bookshelf that is actually a literary shelf that you can use. Fair enough. So definitely someone who. So obviously Justin might be someone who quite likes the Thieves Guilds. I'm just going to make that judgment. I could be wrong. They might absolutely despise this Thieves Guild, but they just want to make something related to it. Possibly. I have no idea. But yeah. So, yeah, it's not anything too crazy. It's not one of these big ginormous houses. That's coming later. But but it's a nice, small, quaint, cozy little cottage for a nice, simple village living. You get a good amount of extra loot inside, especially for a start of the game. And yeah, I would say it's definitely good for a more of a role-playing file. So say if you are part of the Thieves Guild, but you're part of the Thieves Guild. You've done the entire quest. You run the Thieves Guild, but you don't like living in the Thieves Guild. You don't like living there. This might not be a bad one to go for. Because there obviously is definitely relation to the Thieves Guild here. I mean, there is also the Dark Brotherhood apparently. But yeah, it's a nice little roleplay house, I would say. Because obviously, player homes now, obviously you got loads of them in abundance. but it's always nice to get like little small ones that you can use for more of a role play aspect rather than as a major home. Because for example, there isn't any like direct mannequins in here for you to display loads of weapons, loads of armor, this, that, and the other. It's not a display home; it's a living home. And you don't have like all the forge and the sharpening wheel and stuff like that, but you've just got owls down the road, so you don't need all of that here. So would I use this as like a main home in a file? Probably not. But I would use it as a home in a roleplay file. If I was to have a roleplay file that I wanted to roleplay as a specific thing, this is the kind of property I would use. But apart from that, nothing wrong with this house at all. Quite like it. It's nice and simple. It does what it needs to do. It's nicely decorated. It's nice. It's nicely decorated out. It's nicely laid out. And yeah, you get a nice good bunch of starting stuff in this one. So yeah. So that is Sunsweet Cottage by Jesselyn0827. And if you want to download this mod for yourself, or just to try it out for yourself, or you feel like, yeah, I could use that in a role play, I reckon, there will be a link in the description below. So you can basically download it for yourself, or you can just go into the work in progress tab and look for someone's Sunsweet Cottage. But right, so that's going to be it for the first one. The second one, we need to go outside because it ain't going to work in here for diddly shit. And we're going to find a way to basically defy the laws of gravity. Alright, here we are with mod number 2. Don't worry about the dead people. And for mod number 2, now this was a it wasn't requested by me, or I haven't been requested to look at it when I say that it's a requested mod, but this was a mod that was a request made by, I think it might have been Shapeless Media, and they were one of the hosts from there was requesting about a mod that could allow you to fly, to take some like screenshots, so sort of a bit like a fly cam, that you could do say on the PC with console commands, where you can get the camera to fly around and take some nice screenshots. And so this was made by Cyan49, and this basically allows you to have some kind of fly cam to allow you to take screenshots from actually like higher up and different angles and stuff like that, rather than always being like down on the ground all the time. Because let's face it, it does get a bit boring with always have to take it on the ground all the bloody time. So, how do you get the spell, which is known by as Cyan49's Unimmersive Floatboy Redux? Now, unfortunately, he had a few name suggestions. I made a couple of suggestions. Unfortunately, none of my suggestions were. I thought Monty Cyan's Flying Circus was pretty good, but you never know. I might bring that into something at some point. I don't know. Now, anyway, onto the actual mod itself. Now, basically, this works as a spell. It's not some kind of weird thing that you have to do. It just works as a generalized spell. But the good thing is you don't have to go and find a book to learn it. You just have it on you straight away. It's basically so you have it from the beginning of the game. But also another good thing that seems to be is that if you're playing as a modded race, which I am, because my character Pre is a Tetra, which is a modded race that I created. But if you go into Magics, go to Alteration, and you are looking for this, ZZC Flying and Floating. So you'll have this from the beginning, whether you're playing as a base game race, and as far as I'm aware, if you're playing as a modded race, like I am. And you can see CCC Flying and Floating fly into the air and stay in the air while equipping this spell. Fall damage is 0. Costs nothing to cast, and you can equip it in both hands.
What happened?
Now, Cyan did mention in the description that you could to dual cast it. It does allow you to basically get higher. So we're gonna go into first person to get this to see. So I'm gonna get it. So if we go, now I've got it. There you go. So it's a bit like a teleportation spell, to a degree. Well, yeah, like an instant teleport spell. So obviously you just aim where you want to go. I don't know what the range is, so we're gonna find out. So you get, as you might have seen, you saw that kind of like ripple effect. There you go. There you just see that little ripple effect. So basically, that little ripple effect is basically where you're gonna teleport to. And as you can see, I'm pretty high at the moment. So what happens if I dual wield? For dual wield, I think I get a bit more height and a bit more distance on the thing. So for example, if you just aim it up, go up, and if we look down, as you can see, we are getting pretty high now. So I go boop, boop, boom, boom, and boom, and then boom, then look down, and as you can see, we're pretty high up here. Now the only problem is, I don't know how you get down. Do you just walk? Yep. So to get down, you just literally just... So obviously, yeah, obviously what it does is basically, it creates an invisible platform underneath you. So you can stand on this invisible platform. And then just walk forwards and you'll get back to the ground. And the good thing is that there is no fall damage. Now the problem is I don't know what happens if you fall off a normal cliff, but I'm not going to test that. So yeah, you can use this mod just to basically get some new screenshots from basically thumbnails for videos, just to mess around, get up to places that you couldn't get to before. This, that, and the other. So, you know, it does have a bit of use. It's the closest, for at least for PlayStation anyway, it's the closest that we're going to get in Skyrim for levitation. Basically. Because obviously there was levitation in the game, in Elder Scrolls before. It was in Daggerfall, it was in Morrowind, but then they took it out in Oblivion and also haven't brought it back in for Skyrim. So this is like a rudimentary version of levitation, but it still works. And then boom, there you go. Plain and simple. Nice simple mod, serves a little purpose.
Damn shame.
And I can't see any other, you know, I can't see a reason why you wouldn't download it if you wanted to get some, you know, start getting some nice screenshots, but from different angles that are like a little bit up higher kind of thing. But yeah, there you go. So that was Cyan 49's Unimmersive Floatboy Redux. So there will be a link in the description below if you want to try this mod out for yourself. And yeah, there you go. And once again, it's a starting spell. You don't need to worry about finding a book. And as far as I'm aware, it also works on modded races. So basically, you don't have to play as a base vanilla race to actually have access to the spell. So that's it. That's it for mod number 2. Now to move on to the final mod. And to get there, we just need to go just a little bit over there. But just to make my life easier, I'm not going to float there. Alright, and here we are with mod number 3, which is Dragon's Blood Castle by Erviels. Now, where is it on the map, do you ask? Well, lucky enough there is a map marker on your map straight away, So you can just fast travel there right from the beginning. And it is basically just behind Pelagia Farm. Dragonsburg Castle. For some reason, Oddie has followed me. I don't know why. Maybe he was in close proximity to my fast travel. Maybe. I don't know. But yeah. So it's just... So there's Pelagia Farm down there. And here is Dragonsburg Castle. Though it does appear to be mostly built into nothing. But as you can see, there is something up there. But as you can see, we do have a horse called Rex. Hello, Rex. Rex the horse. Now, one thing I do need to say about this is there's currently, I think there's two versions. You've got the one that is actually fully released. But I think there has been some reports of there being some kind of like animal spawning problem. Or something like that. Some kind of wild encounter spawning issue. That some people have apparently been having. Which Erviels is trying to sort out. But he does have a work in progress version also within the work in progress tab, which then you can go onto that, which is trying to fix all these little issues. So you can either go for the one that might have some minor issues, or you can go for the experimental version to then also basically give feedback to Erviels about anything that you run into that might be an unintentional bug, basically. So it's up to you which version you want to go for. But in the description, I will probably put the version that I'm using, unless of course there are a few problems. Then I'll probably link the other one. But for the moment, I'll probably link the one that I'm using. But all right. So let's actually go and have a look inside, because I don't think there's that much else out here apart from little old lonely Rex. Now, as far as I'm aware, I don't need a key. Good, I don't need a key. Alright, and the dog is still following. Why are you following me, Oddie? I didn't ask you to... Oh, well, looks like I've got a dog now. Fine, we'll keep you, Oddie. Alright. So this is going to be a much more bigger player home. So as you can see straight away, you got a throne. We're going to sit on the throne. And we're just going to stay sat on the throne. That's it. End the video. Goodbye. No. We'll carry on. Right. So yeah, obviously you got your throne, which like how it seems to be done in most of the places in the game, whereas like the throne room's like pretty much basically the first room you actually come into. Bastet's now going to sit on the throne. Yes, enjoy your time there, Bastet. So we got Armory on this side. You have door. That takes you outside. And this takes you just a bit further in. Okay, so let's have a look behind here. What we got here? So obviously you got a nice big spacious kitchen. Oh. So out there. Is that an outside? Is that an outside looking interior, or is that actually part of the castle? I think that actually might be trying to visualize outside. I'm not 100% sure. I don't know if it is. Fair enough detail. Yeah. So obviously we've got like a big ass dining table, kitchen at the same time. So you got some meat barrels, dragon breast mead, ashby mead with juniper berries. Things here. You got your cookie pit on a massive ass fire. Pantry. You got a pantry. Have I got anything in the pantry? Not at the moment. But not, it's a nicely visualized storage. Rather than it being a wardrobe or a chest like this, it's actually nicely decorated out. I mean, you got a couple of things back there as well, but I think that's already just decoration. And we got a chest here for ingots. I mean, a bit of a strange place to put the ingots, but I don't know, maybe he has a reason. Or it could be something to do with the Sunsweet Cottage mod, possibly. There is a possibility that could be the case. Yeah, and after that, it's just, and then you got the kids' table. You got the grown-ups table, and the kids' table. And mine, and mine. Alright then, so yeah, you know. Nice big spacious kitchen. Alright, so next we're gonna go through here. See what's down this way. You got some bookshelves, and then ooh, fancy. Very fancy. Okay, so we have Mara, Stenda, Arkatos, Kinnereth, Arcade, Talos, Xenophar, Nocturnal. Yep, actually Nocturnal is actually working as well. Julianos and Debella. And then after that, you got a nicely decorated out way to get all your standing stones. In a very, very nicely made rock pool as well. Yes, oh dear, it's a nicely made rock pool. Yeah, so you got all your standing stones as well. But yeah, I like this. It's very funky. And then across from here, we have another dog. Across from here, we obviously got your sort of like your kind of like display room. And then you got weapon plaques, mannequins, place for the drug priest masks. We'll have a look at the dog in a minute. Now you grow some plants, some more display. There's a bookshelf. But yeah, so it's basically where you put all, like all your weapons, all your armor. You can also actually, I did notice some of these in the first room as well. So you can actually put all this kind of stuff there here as well. Actually, it depends on what you want to put here. It's entirely up to you, but you can put it here. Which is pretty funky. It's not very often I've seen these in player homes. I've seen them being used in a way that the pedestal itself just being used, but I've never seen it with the actual option to do this. So funky. And then we go over here. Got no bookshelf, strongbox. Anything in the strongbox? Just a bit of gold. Safe. Holy crap, that's a lot of gold. God damn. Oh, it's a bedroom as well, is it? Okay, apparently we got a bed. Got a Daedric sword next to the bed. You know, nicely decorate that bed. Again, funky. A big under the bed. I like the fact that these. I don't know what they're supposed to be. I don't know. These are supposed to be sort of like dragons or something. They kind of look like prehistoric parrots. I do like the fact that he's trying to get the diamonds to stay in there. Obviously, the problem is that they do still fall out. Unfortunately, they do still fall out. But you know, he's made an attempt at it at least. But, you know, but as soon as you walk into it, boom, you knock out the eyes. Yeah. And then we have this little dog.
Stupid dog.
Don't call him stupid. You have no idea. He might be a smart boy. See, he's insulted him now. He's walking away. See, he's called Potter. You know? Husky Potter, the dog who lived. Alright. And you... you know what? I'm actually going to generally ask this one to Potter here to actually follow me. Yes, you can follow me, whereas Oddie just tagged along. I didn't ask you to come with me. You just seem to have just tagged along apparently. But anyway, so we've actually got ourselves a husky called Potter now as well. Cool. I'm getting all the bloody animals today. A few more display things from like mannequins, stuff like that. Okay, so we got left and we got right. So if we go right, we have what basically this looks like. It's supposed to be this, like, you know, sort of like, yeah, I think the Sunsweet Cottage, it's kind of overriding some of these chests. So that is one thing you might have to be careful with Sunsweet Cottage, is that the modder didn't create their own unique chest for that house and used the one that's already straight up in the creation kit. So what's going to happen is now it's going to override a lot of chests in the game with the ingots chest. So bear that in mind when it comes to Sunsweet Cottage. But I think normally probably what it would be is that these will probably be like just normal kind of storage, maybe for the children. Because this kind of does look like it could be a bit of a children's bedroom, because the beds are pretty small. Got a whole bunch of wooden swords, you know. So you know, it's a bit like a children's training area, and maybe you can it's a training area for yourself as well, possibly. Yeah. God's sake, Aldi. We're guests in this idea. You're making a mess. God damn. Fine. 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 Come here. There you go. We'll join you. But if we go to the other side, it looks like what is more of the grown-ups version of a training room. So on that side you got the kids training room, and on this side you got the grown-ups training room. Mainly because you have a full liquor bar. Well, I say full liquor bar, you know, you got a little bit. God damn it, woman. Why? You got... Is everybody just popping into existence all of a sudden? God only knows. But yeah, you know, but you got a bar. Yeah, after that, you know, there's not much else to this room, but you know, it's another place where, you know, where you can sleep. If you got followers, they will probably sleep. If you move people into here, you know, this, down, the other, and it's just used as a bit of a training room, basically. Yeah, have a little bit of practice with your archery. Somehow practice combat with a sword or whatever on a dummy that doesn't move when it's not really dynamic fighting, but you know, it might still work in some way. Anyway, let's carry on. So if we go back down, so we got Armory. Now I'm confused because we have a kind of an armory here to a degree, but it's like a mixture of an armory and a master bedroom. So I'm gonna guess maybe the armory is its own separate thing. Let's go and have a look. We got a big ginormous blue mushroom. Alright, armory. Okay, we'll go downstairs. Come on, Lottie. Anyway, we need to go downstairs. And down here it's pretty big. Yeah, pretty big. Well, you could definitely plants. I mean, the rest of it's pretty self-explanatory. It's a place where you just display all the weapons and armor. I mean, would you ever have this much weapons and armor? I don't know, but if we have a lot of weapons and armor, this might suffice. But yeah, it's definitely pretty big. It's a pretty big place. I mean, there's not much else to say. It's an armory. The only difference is that it's pretty goddamn big, and and you can put a lot in it. What else am I supposed to say? But over here, with this door, have your smithing and crafting room. We got a place where you get to search for ingots, search for ores, search for more ingots because Sunsweet Cottage has overwritten everything. Levers. So obviously a lot of the storage, the uniquer looking storage is obviously it's all categorized, which is very useful. And it's also now a very common thing within a lot of player homes. And yeah, so, you know, walking right here, search ingredients, search potions. You got Alchemy Lab, you got your Arcane Enchanter, you got your Staff Enchanter. You got a few bits and pieces here you can enchant straight away, or disenchant straight away if you want, or take it and use. It all depends. So yeah. Definitely a very big armory if you're someone who has a shite ton of armor and a shit ton of weapons. Then this might just be big enough for you. I don't know, it's hard to tell if it's actually big enough. Oh, what the hell? Who the fuck are you?
Yes?
Ben. Who are you, Ben? Ben Kenobi?
I don't owe you money, do I?
I don't know, do you? Maybe that's why you're dead. Maybe you did owe me money and he killed you. But now you come back to haunt me. Oh no. Trying to observe, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, but Ben Kenobi? Obi-Wan? Maybe? I don't know. Just literally... Right, since we got Ben here all of a sudden, is there anyone else here?
Yes?
So cool. Let's just see if anyone else has actually spawned in, or is it only just Ben? You got any other friends here, Ben? Is Anakin here? Yoda here anywhere? Han? Leia? I mean, we got a close equivalent of Chewbacca, I suppose. No, it's just
What are
Ben.
you staring at?
A ghost who's just suddenly appeared out of nowhere, that's what I'm staring at. Anyway, enough about Ben Kenobi. Anyone in the kitchen? Nope. Alright. So, as far as I'm aware, I've only got one more area left to go, which is through this door, but obviously this takes us back outside to Skyrim. Alright. Really? Now, of all the times, I could for absolutely ages without a dragon appearing whatsoever. I come outside, and then you decide to appear. You fuck. Right. Well, we're going to deal with him afterwards, after this recording. Alright. Before I was very rudely interrupted by the dragoon, there was something else down there. There was another dog down there. But anyway, we're gonna figure it out later on. But yeah, so here we are on the outside. Dragon most likely not included. As far as my knowledge goes, it's dragon not included. But yeah, you have a bit of a. You got another throne that you sit on. Have a bit of a view of Dragon's Reach, and you can also read the dragon language, Myth No More, if you want to, whilst you're at it. But yeah, so this is like, you know, you got yourself a nice little outdoor pool, and there we go, nice little outdoor pool to soak in. Swimmity swim. But yeah. So not much to the outside, but it's still nicely decorated out. A nice little place to relax and just watch the world go by. I mean, unfortunately, it's a bit rainy at the moment, but you know, I'm pretty sure on a nice sunny day, I'm pretty sure it looks pretty good on a nice sunny clear day. All right, that is it for Dragon's Blood Castle. So definitely a much kind of a slightly more larger scale player home. Large, but not complex. You know, in a way of its size, it's kind of large in size, but its layout is very simplified. Whereas you do get some kind of like large player homes that are very complex, have very complex layouts, and there's just doors and shit everywhere. Here, large scale, but simplified layout, easy to navigate. So if I was going to have a large scale home like this, I would choose something more like this than some of the other ones that I've seen. Just because it's a bit easier to navigate, it's a bit easier to get around. So you're not spending ages going to one room to put some stuff away, going to another room to put some stuff away, going to halfway across the world to put some other stuff away, you know. Once again, this was Dragon's Blood Castle by Erviels. Now, originally, I think this is a port. I think Erviels ported this over. I think originally he released it just, or it was released on PC and possibly Xbox as well. And I think he decided to obviously create a port for PlayStation as well, as far as to my knowledge. I might be wrong. If someone knows, let me know in the comments below if I'm right or if I'm wrong. But yeah, if it is a port over, he's done a good job to make sure that, you know, that there isn't really too many bugs with it or whatever that. What the spawn problem is though, I don't know exactly what it is. Because it is primarily, people have been saying about been having like walls or something like that, like just spawning. It might be that they might be spawning inside. I'm not 100% sure. But either way, I haven't. The only thing that I've had spawning was this blasted down there. That was like that's the only thing I've had really kind of like spawn in. I mean, Ben suddenly appearing, that's probably more likely something to do with my load order, possibly. Alright, so we're going to shoot the stairs. Bit pointless, but good luck with that. But yeah, so that's going to be it for this video. Again, there will be a link in the descriptions below to all the mods featured in this video, if you want to look at them, any of them yourself. And so yeah, if you like this video, then why not really give it a like? Why not give it a share? Why not actually also subscribe to the channel? And you'll also find a link to my Discord in the description below as well. And whilst you're there, you might even be able to find Erviels, who's also got a Discord. I think he's just recently started up Discord himself. So you can go and find his Discord as well. But right, that's it for this video. Time for me to get out of here. So until next time, I'll see you all later.